Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can you not see I'm busy? Come for vice or virtue? 'Cause we only sell one here. How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards. Please say the Yoda corpse you're wearing is Clive's. That dunderhead. Can't hardly fathom how that panned out. By whose hand? Funny you don't look like Nelson Mason. Funnier still, I wasn't aware of an existing problem. Sure, weren't no skin off my nose. What does he mean to offer in exchange for his no-account life? Tell Clive I don't haggle. Right as you got him. Point taken. Good help is hard to come by. Plus, Clive doesn't seem the type to upchuck his Borst during dismemberment. Well, how was I to know? Shit, who'd he work for before he took the factory? Nah, forget it. I'll ask him when we shake on the terms of our arrangement. True enough, I got bodies piling up, drawing attention where they ought not to be. Reckon I owe you a finder's fee. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here. Oh, you void-damned pig shit. Knew I should have gut-shot you when you first strolled into Fallbrook like you were the star's gift to Sublight. So tell me, do we drink to the damage you've done? Or will I want to smash this bottle over your head? Judging from the blood spatter on your shirt, I take it you visited my favorite cleaner? Huh. Not much boast to that declaration. Am I to take that to mean you didn't kill him? Fast, efficient, eager to please? Might be I should ask you for more favors. And when you destroyed my machinery, was it before or after you killed Clive? 'Cause you understand, if it was after, still, this ought to compensate for your troubles. And take an aromatic. You stink like Sisty Pig. Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Worse even. Don't hold it against me if I puke on your boots. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid fucker who's gonna get it for me. Well then, you just let me know when you're done wasting my time. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make do. Then I'd say you might care to poison the Sisty Pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery. Guess you've got it figured out then. Good. If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know. Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details, so long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. Why? Changed your mind? Got you thinking about it, huh? What I could possibly want with all that Borst and Sisty shit? He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory. Owner dead or alive. That a damn fact. Well, color me impressed. Got a lot of folk killing for me, but it ain't usually before I asked. The order makes it more of a favor. But I don't care to owe debts, so you'll be taking this. Well? I'm half listening. Speak into my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last we talked, I only got half of what you said. Why is it every Sisty Pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. No, maybe I'm the one who's blind. On second glance, you got a certain air about you. One that promises blood and bits. So which is it to be? I suppose it rightly don't, no. But now I'm gonna fucking wonder for months. Thanks for that. You ain't wrong. But I prefer a man of vice myself. You ain't wrong. But I prefer a woman of vice myself. Hired more than we're successful, can tell you that. Or yours, if you annoy me enough. Guessing your services don't come cheap. Funny, you don't look like one of Lilia's. Sure sound the part, though. On second thought, don't even tell me. We'll just say I'm doubly grateful. Though there's no double reward. Luckily, I learned from my mistakes. Oh, this ought to be good. Stars, I hope so. But if I take the factory, I don't need Clive to dispense of my messes. can appoint someone to handle it myself. So you said, you want me to partner with him, take him on as my cleaner. But I ain't yet convinced. Still, you're asking me to walk away from easy money. All right. Color me convinced. All and more when you put it like that. Ain't that the tale as old as time? You're a sharp one. Good. Allow me to enlighten you. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. I do have a delicate matter what needs attending, since you asked. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that. So are a lot of things in life. And your point is, might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the Northern Bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely. I'll presume you mean Arthur, the one you sent scurrying back like a sprat with his tail cut off. See, this is why I like you, fella. You make exchanging blood and bits so damn delightful. See, this is why I like you, little bird. You make exchanging blood and bits so damn delightful. But I'm guessing Arthur already told you that. Moron squeals like a sissy pig. Marauders ruined our last drop. Killed my whole delivery team. You make them pay, and I'll more than compensate you for the cost of bullets. Though I will thank you kindly for gutting the marauders who cost me my delivery team. Reckon I'm happy he's alive? I'd be happier if the marauders who botched my drop were dead. What about it? Aside from the fact that I can smell it all the way from here, I do so try. Might try more for you. 'Cause I like interesting folks. You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert. I'll be sure to remember that, fella. Want to tell me what you need? I'll be sure to remember that, little bird. Want to tell me what you need? But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Huh. Now that's a prospect to consider. Maybe later. Once I've finished busting kneecaps for the day. So what are you in the market for, stranger? I got vice, virtue, and everything in between. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy? Against my better judgment, I do believe you. I do admire blunt honesty. So I'm willing to give a business arrangement between us a try. Well, that sure convinced me. Fine then. I'll lay it out there. That you won't ever do. But I like your style, so I'm willing to take a risk. We'll consider it a trial run. It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Won't pretend I'm not disappointed. Suppose I've no choice but to be patient. Maybe a handful of bits will spur you into quicker action. That is the risk inherent to the work. Now I have to pay someone else to clear out his remains, and to track down the sprat fink who turned on us. For what? No, wait. I don't even want to know. I'll wring his neck the same either way. You best have a damn fine reason. I don't like to lose personnel, fella. You best have a damn fine reason. I don't like to lose personnel, little bird. Let me guess. It involved blood and guts and fur in places that don't merit mention. Well, you got my begrudging gratitude for cleaning the mess. He did have a knack for irritating the piss out of anyone. Maybe it's best if I don't know the details. I'm gonna assume that you do. And we'll leave it to rest. Yes, but you got my heart racing like an autoloader. Crack a smile next time you're teasing me. You saying he refused to do his own dirty work? No, I ain't got time for any lily-livered layabouts. If I could, I would have. It's my crew whose lives are on the line. Them dying's just bad business, and I'll thank you kindly for it. Good ear you got. Would be a dreadful shame if someone were to deafen it. We are friends, but them who push me end up dead. Look, I don't know if this is related, but it ain't escaped my notice that one of my regulars been lingering a little too long at the gambling bar. She's been acting twitchy, even for her. Ask at the bar about a customer who shows up bi-weekly. My staff may know more. Trying to pull rank with me? Ruthless. I like it. Well, you mean you can't just follow the stench trail or the squealing bloody murder sounds of little sissy piggies? Once you're clear of the bridge, follow the river southwest. I take it you don't have a reservation. No matter. I keep a suite of VIP rooms for visitors of your, let's call it, a certain means. The VIP rooms charge by the night. But for you, I'll make it a one-time fee. Got a feeling you'll make me a fine investment. Marvelous. Do take care of the place. Maid service won't clean after a murder. Too steep for your blood? That's a damn shame. May luck be with you, since I won't be. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia, meaning safe for me and my crew. Seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk. All right. Special as in unlawful, delicate, and deadly. As to the something, no, it ain't a person. Not this time. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe. I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. Hold your thrusters. I ain't even got to the tricky part. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system? A sound selection. Nyoka's sturdy, reliable, and don't mind wading knee-deep into guts. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. I shall leave the details to you. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead. Shall I inscribe that on your tombstone? Clever! That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Do I look like one of them egghead science types? All I know is that labs use it to create plants and livestock out of local species. Dandy! Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Got a vicar as your hacker? Men of the cloth never do cease to amaze me. Bright as a newborn star on the outside, blackest of holes within. Shall I inscribe that on your tombstone as well? And I'd rather not wait another several weeks for Lilia to send your replacement. Once you've got our goods, take 'em to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. On the terminal, use the passcode you got from Stellar Bay to get in. Best of luck, Fixer. Fair enough, I reckon. Do let me know if you change your stance. Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. But it's a controlled commodity, available only to the board, so it is of high value on the dark market. So what perchance is your plan? Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew. Close enough. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. I'll just bet you can. Men of the cloth never do cease to amaze me. Bright as a newborn star on the outside, blackest of holes within. Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise. That sprat shit better not have brought trouble into my town. He's a long-term renter, easily replaceable. Check his domicile. Whatever happens, I don't fucking care. Just keep the mess from staining my little nugget of paradise, and we'll be grand. I'll get the full report from Nelson, and his head on an iron spike, as needed. His schemes rarely pan out, and I'm reaching the end of my benevolent understanding. This latest one, I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. Found it on a corpse, huh? If you killed Lilia's agent, you get to explain it to her. Not me. Well, shit. I knew he'd come to a bad end one day. Still, no time for weeping and wailing. We've got a metric fuck ton of bits worth of salvage just waiting for extraction. Sure,